Welcome to my channel. Today I have picked 7 problems from Top Interview 150 Problems series, and the problem is marked as easy on LeetCode, and this is a very important problem from interview point of view because this has been asked in many companies, and you don't have to just you mug up the problems, you have to understand the concepts. So by far I have explained, or I have already explained many concepts, and this is something new I am going to explain today. So just focus. Let's first understand the problem. The problem says that we are given list of prices and we have to maximize the profit. But there are some constraints also with this problem. The problem in this problem, we have to keep in mind that we have to make a single day buy and a single sell. I mean that on a single day we can just make a buy or a sell, and we have to complete a cycle of buy and sell in order to achieve the profit. Okay, but there are few things you have to keep in mind. We have to maximize the profit. In order to maximize the profit, this is a basic thing what you can do to gain or to make a profit. You have to buy something at lesser price and then sell it on higher price, right? But also here, this is called the complete cycle, buying and selling, and you have to make sure that you buy and then sell. That buy process is going to precede the selling process. Okay, and the third thing is that if the prices are given in such a way that you can consider it is as a number of days as well, that you can either make a one transaction on one day. Okay, and if the prices are given in such a way that all the prices are given in a decreasing manner, then even if you make a transaction, you make a buy, then you will not be able to sell. In that case, the profit is going to be zero. In that case, profit is not going to be minus, but it is going to be zero. Okay, so all of this you have to keep in mind and then move ahead. So there are different ways we can solve this problem. Let's first understand the basic one, the brute force approach. So the brute force approach says that we can try all the pairs. It means that we are going to make a buy at we are going to buy at every day, like we are going to try to buy every day and then sell, and then find like how we are making the profit. So let's not waste the time and try all the pairs. For trying all the pairs, what do? We do Let's understand, for trying all the pairs, whenever such things are mentioned that you have to try all the pairs and you have to use brute force approach, then there is no hard and fast rule for it. There is just that you have to we have to, like, there is no other way, or like whenever you are saying being said none that you have to use brute force approach, then you have to keep in mind that in any way you have to use multiple loops and you have to play with loops. So this is the very basic instinct that comes up when we say that we have to try all the pairs or we have to use everything like that. Okay, so now just come and then so now you first see how this works. Okay, so when in this case we see that we start from 0 and we go up till length of the array. Okay, so we try with 0th index when I equals to 0, and in first case when we suppose that our I equals to 0, so we are starting from I equals to 0. It means that what I said earlier, that if you make a buy, then you can sell only next day. With the same day you cannot make a buy. Right now we are at this point, we are making a buy. Okay, and now, like, we can sell only on some other day. So when the value of I is 0, we are at I right now, we go to the j. I mean that for selling purpose we go ahead and then we check. So we are checking for the first index. For j equals to 1, what is going to be the profit? If we buy at 0th day and sell at first day, you can see that 1 minus 7 is going to be minus 6. So are we making any profit? No, right? But still we have to list it down, and you cannot write minus 6. You see, it is being said that if you cannot achieve any profit, then you have to return 0. So at this point we are making minus 6. So computation, the profit you are making, that price j minus price I is minus 6. Let's just write it for now and then we'll see. So now for I equals to 0, j is going to move from 0 to length. Okay, up till price dot length. Or you or for more clarity, or so that you don't get confused, I can also write price dot length minus 1. So we are moving to from like, this is a classic thing we should not forget. Okay, so once now my j is going to move forward and j is going to come here. Okay, so at this point my j is going to be at second position. Okay, at second position, the value of j is going to be 5. You see, at second position, if j it now we are at second index. Okay, and we have moved to second index, and at this position the value of j is 5. Let's quickly compute the value. Okay, now we are here we have fixed the buy value at this point is 7 only. So price of buy is 7, and now we are trying to maximize the profit. So, and for making a profit you have to keep in mind that the value should be greater than the buy price. Okay, now at this point at second position, 7 minus 5, let's quickly compute. So we have to do 5 minus 7. Selling price minus buying price is minus 2. So at this point the profit is a bit greater, like maximum. So minus 2 is greater than minus 6, so we are going to write sorry, mistakenly I have done that. So minus 2. Now let's quickly move ahead, and then at 0 1 2 3 4 5, it is going to move at third position. At third position you see we have 3. So now 3 minus 7 is also going to be give me something negative, and it is not going to get updated because profit is not going to get updated because minus 4 is lesser than minus 2. Now at fourth index you check 6 minus 7, again it is minus 1 but bigger than minus 2. So now minus 1 is getting updated, but again there is no way, like this is not going to work. We have to make a positive profit. Now it if its j's value is 5, then 4 minus 7, so you see it's minus 3 again. We are not at good position now, like we have to try all the pairs, right? So now my value I equals to 1, and then try to compute the profit. So for I equals to 1, we also have 1 at first position, right? So my buy price is 1. Let's try to compute the profit here and try to maximize it. For 1, and we have to when we have to if my for whenever we have I, we have to start j from I plus 1. So in that case, if my I is 1, j is going to start from 2. So let's check and try to compute the try to maximize the profit. For I equals to 1, we have a value of I as 1, and we have value at zth position. It means that here price of j minus price of y, 5 minus 1 is equals to 4. So my profit, maximum profit here, the maximum profit in this case is going to be 4. Now you see here that okay, now let's move and try to see whether we can achieve some greater value or not, since we are trying for all the pairs. Okay, so now move the j towards third position. At third position we have 3. So 3 minus 1 is equals to 2. But you see our 2 is not greater than 4. So max profit is not going to get updated here. 2 is lesser than 4. So nothing is going to happen in this case. Now my j is going to move forward, and we have 6 at fourth position. So let's try to compute 6 minus 1 selling price. 6 minus buying price 1 is 5. So 5 here is greater than 4. So we can maximize, we can update this profit. So we can update this profit from 4 to 5. Now we have 4, and this j has still the scope of moving forward. It is going to move forward and move to fifth position. At fifth position we have 4. So my selling price can be 4 and buying price is 1, and the profit is 3. Computed profit is 3, but the max profit it cannot update because 3 is lesser than 5. So max profit is not going to get updated. From here our profit was coming in negative. Okay, so it was less than 0. Here my maximum profit is 5. Let's check that what is our maximum profit moving forward. Now my I is going to increment, and now my I is going to come at second position. At second position we have the maximum profit. Okay, at second position we have to start our j from 3. Okay, and check at j equals to 3, we have 3. Now at this point my buying price at third position, I mean second position, is 5. Okay, so my buying price is going to get updated, and my buying price at this point is 5. and my selling price, let's compute. So we are going to start from third index. J is start from here, J will start from here. So from third index you see 5 3. Let's try to compute the profit now. So at at this point you see we have buying price as 5, and at third position we have selling price as 3. And what is the profit here? 3 minus 5 is minus 2. Let's see whether we can make some bigger profit or not. At now my J will move forward and it will come to fourth position, and it will check we have 6 as 6, and it is 6 as selling price. So 6 minus 5 is 1. Clearly 1 is greater than minus 2. We can update this. We can surely update this minus 2 and we can have 1. And you see now J is going to move forward and it will have 5. So at 5 we have 4. So 4 is also not greater than 5. 4 as selling price and 5 as buying price is not going to work. At this point what we have achieved as max profit, 1 is not greater than minus 1. So this is also not going to get updated, the max profit. So we have achieved 1 as max profit. Now see, let's try for some other indexes whether we are able to achieve some good values or not. So at third index you see we have 3. So my buying price is going to get updated and we have 3. At this point, we are moving my J, and we are going to, my J is going to be I plus 1, which is 3 plus 1, which is 4. So we have buying price as 3, and we are going to try with all the selling price that are ahead from the value third index. Okay. So at fourth position we have 6. 6 minus 3 is 6 is selling price, 3 is buying price, and we have 3. So we can update the maximum profit as 3. Now you see we have what we have at fifth index. At fifth index we have 4. So 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 is not greater than 3, 1 is lesser than 3. This is not going to get updated, and at in this loop we have 3 as the maximum profit. But I'm just simulating the values. I'm just simulating the values here up till we have only 5. 5 as maximum profit. We are I'm just telling you that we are not, we are what we are here at the computing place. Like we and in this loop the profit here is in the first loop the profit was 0. In the second loop the maximum profit is minus 5. So up till at this point we have achieved 5 as the maximum profit, and now moving ahead we are just trying to see that the values, can we have bigger value than 5. So in this loop what we bigger value achieved, all the profit was below 5, it was 1. So 5 is not going to get updated here as well. 3 is not going to get update 5. Let's see if after this we can achieve something or not. So at this point 4 we are going to just check for fifth index. 4 at 4 we have 6 as the value, and at fifth index we have 4. So clearly 4 minus 6 is minus 2. It is not going to give anything. It is not going to update the maximum profit here. So what profit we achieved? Minus 2, which is not bigger than 5. And surely we can take the price dot length. We don't have to move up till price dot length minus 1. We can move to minus 2 as well, and J is going to take care of the selling price. We don't have to buy till the last date, though we can buy, but we don't have to because we know that selling is not possible. Now you can quickly try to code this, and let's the time complexity here is going to be big O of n square. Okay, so let's try to optimize this, and how we can do this by tracking the minimum price. So I hope you will try this brute force approach. You will try to simulate this and then try to run this. Let me know if I am going fast so that I can slow myself down. Okay, so the optimize in the optimized solution we can we can try that. In this process we can track the minimum price seen so far. We don't have to use two loops, we can do it using one loop, but for that we can what we do. So just let's talk about the intuition that can come up, that this is a very basic thing. Like if you have to give in 5 or 10 prices, 5 or 10 prices. So what would you do for selling, for buying? What did you do for this is a human tendency, they try to buy everything at lower price, and to make profit we know that we have to sell it at higher price. So in the array similarly we have to just have to track the we have to find the lowest price seen so far. Okay, and at every point we can see that okay, we know that there are two things we have to keep in mind. So this is a very crucial thing I am writing here. Please see, please look at it very very carefully and just keep in mind, like this is going to be a very important thing. First thing is that you have to first buy and then sell. Okay, and the second thing is that you have to minimize price and maximize profit. Okay, so you have to minimize the price and maximize the profit. Now, what you can do at any day, you can just simply pick the minimum price. Okay, minimum price seen so far. Whatever the minimum price you have to pick, and then every day you know that you have to first you have to buy and then you have to sell. So at any point you just pick the minimum price, and at every point you check whether the profit I am making right now is the profit that is the maximum, or or there is any possibility of making the maximum profit. If the profit you have made so far is greater than the profit you are making right now, then you just have to update the maximum profit. If the maximum profit if you see that the profit right now you are making that, see, let me reiterate what I am trying to say. I am trying to say that at any point you have to make the minimum price, and at every point you have to calculate the profit. So if you pick the price here, this is if you pick the price here and try to sell, and then see that if you pick the price here and then compare it, so are these two pairs making the profit? No, right? So now you will move ahead, you will see that 7, that the price of 1, the price 1 is lesser than 7 obviously. So you are going to update the minimum price here only, that your minimum price is 1. Now what you can do, you can maximize your profit. What you can do here, you can maximize your profit. You can see that here if you will move ahead, your minimum price seen so far is 1. So you will just compare 1 and 5. You don't have to compare 7, because 1 is lesser than 7, so 1 is obviously going to win here, and 1 is going to be the buying price. And now 1 is moving forward, only 1 is going to get compared. At any point after this, if we have, obviously there is no lesser value than 1, but obviously if there would be any value that is lesser than 1, then we would have just updated the minimum price, and we just don't have to worry about the maximum profit. Every time we are going to compare the prices, like we have done ahead, like we have done in the above example, and then we are going to update it. Let's quickly see how we can do it. Let me first write so that you know that what I'm trying to say, maximize the profit. Okay, so every time if you are getting confused what I'm trying to say, then you can see this snippet. So for let me write the algorithm what I have said so far. We have to move from 0 to n minus 1. Okay, and every time at every point we just have to maintain the minimum price seen so far. If my minimum price is if the current price that I am seeing, the price that I am seeing right now is lesser than the minimum price that I have seen so far, then only I am going to update my minimum price. Otherwise I'm just going to keep the price, I'm just going to keep the minimum price that I have. And then obviously we have to first compare as well that that the price that I have right now, whether it is going to give me any profit. So the profit that I have made so far, maybe there would be XYZ profit I have made so far. Okay, so the maximum profit that I have made so far is the value, the current value is like how we are going to compute the profit, the current price minus the minimum price that I have found. Okay, initially I'm going to assume that the zeroth price, the initially I'm going to assume that the first element is with the minimum price, and from 1 onwards I'm going to check whether the value is, whether it is giving me any optimized value or not. So in this case, the minimum price we are going to assume is 7, and then we are going to compute the profit based on that. Let's quickly see how this is working so that you would have a better clarity on it. Initially we are just going to assume that my maximum profit is 0. Okay, so my maximum profit is 0 and my minimum price is 0, the first index. So initially my minimum price is going to be 7 only, and maximum profit is going to be 0. Okay, now we will start from first index. Please along with me, try writing along with me so that you can have a better clarity. So initially for first index, and I'm going to have this as for the first index, like minimum price I have right now is 7 and the maximum profit is 0. So I'm going to compute the profit. The current price I have is 1. So how we are going to compute the profit? Price I minus minimum price. So what is the price I minus minimum price? It is 1 minus 7, which is minus 6. Clearly minus 6 is not greater than 0. So we are not going to update the maximum profit. We will just have maximum profit as 0. Now now my array will come. Now I will come like my I index will move forward, and the price I is going to be 1 at, sorry, initially. Yeah, so now we are at this place. Initially we were at first position, my I was at first position. Okay, initially my I was at first position, and now my I has come to this place. Okay, so at this place my price I is 5. Minimum price, can I update the minimum price? You check, can I update it? Yes. Initially you see in the last sorry, I just missed the last point here. While updating, like while the maximum profit only, here when we were making the maximum profit, it was minus 6 only. Okay, and at this point it will come to this line and check the minimum price. Earlier the minimum price was 7, and the current price, which was 1, which was 1. So at this point only the minimum price is going to get updated, and it is going to be 1 because 1 is lesser than 7. So minimum price is going to get updated, and then only I is going to move forward. Okay, so minimum price is 1, and current price, when I will come at second index, it will check the value or current price. So it is 5. Now it will compute minimum price, which is the price I is 5 and minimum price is 1 so far. Okay, so 5 minus 1 is 4, and 4 is bigger than maximum profit, right? Okay, so here you see the 4 is bigger than 0, so 4, it is going to get updated. But we will also check whether my current price is lesser than minimum price. The current price is 5 and minimum price is 1, so min price is not going to get updated because there is no value lesser than 1. Now my I will move forward, and it will come and it will pick the 3, this value. So 3 is going to get picked, price 3, like array index 0, 1, 2, 3. At third index, we have the value 3. So 3 is going to get picked. We have minimum price as 1 only. Quickly compute the profit. 3 minus the price 1. 1 is the buying price, 3 is the selling price. 3 minus 1 is 2. Can we update maximum profit? 4 is greater than 2, maximum profit is not going to get updated. Okay, so we only have the maximum profit so far is 4. Okay, now we will see, we will come at this position. Now my and obviously the minimum price is also not going to get updated because 3 is greater than 1. Now I will move at fifth position, and we have the value 6 at fifth position. Now calculate the profit. 6 is the selling price, 1 is the buying price. 6 minus 1. So 6 minus 1 is 5, and 5 is greater than 4. So we had maximum profit 4 so far, and now we have made 5. So 5 is going to get updated. Okay? Yes. The maximum profit is going to get updated, and we have maximum profit as 4. Minimum price is not going to get updated, the value of minimum price, because we have 1 as minimum price so far, and 6 is greater. Now my I is going to get incremented, and it will come at 6 index, and we have the price I as 4. 4 is 4 is the selling price, 1 is the buying price. Compute the profit. 4 minus 1 is 3, but 3 is lesser, 3 is not greater, 3 is lesser than 5. So maximum profit seen so far is 5. It is not going to update anything, and we have the maximum profit 5. It will get returned. Let's quickly jump to the solution and see how we are working on this. So let's quickly write the code first. We have minimum price as prices of 0, the way I explained, and then we had max profit so far as let's quickly guess it at as 0, and then for let I equals to 1, we started from 1, right? And then I should be less than prices dot length I plus plus, and then we have to first compute the profit, right? So, and also compute, while computing we have to maximize it. So math dot max profit, then current price. How do we compute the profit? Current price minus mean price seen so far. Okay, so current, and then minimum price, we have to also check whether the current value I am iterating over, is it the minimum, is there any value possible rather after, like apart from this value. So that's why we update minimum price as well. Now in the end we return the max profit. Okay, let's quickly try to see is this working or not. There is some value, there is some issue. Instead of writing prices, I have written profit. So now let's try. Okay, so this is accepted. Let's try for submitting. This is submitted. Again, just let's quickly take a quick recap. We have to track the minimum price seen so far. We have to maximize the profit in every iteration, and then we return the maximum. We have to update the value, and then we return it. And obviously, since we are doing it in one pass, the time complexity is going to be big off. And thank you for watching. Keep learning, keep coding.